Welcome back to the front line, Israel. Everybody that know they Israel, right, guys? Welcome back. We back for another week, guys. Yeah, it's your girl Shamar. And once again, we still rocking out with Solomon's Temple, y'all. We gonna have to dig on this a little more. Like I said, that's the one supposedly in Zion, guys. So we gonna have to dig on that. But you know, guys, I have had a long day. I went down to the land, checked on some things on the land, because I got to get out of Tucson. I don't know about y'all, but it is looking more and more like a zombie apocalypse is going down, guys. I'm trying to tell y'all, I call these people the ironing board people. They are folded up like an ironing board everywhere you turn. I mean, let me know if y'all are seeing this in y'all cities, or is it just me? Okay, is it just me and Unifair seeing this stuff? I don't know, guys. But it's a sign of where things are headed. And it looks like it's happening rapidly. Guys, since I got back from Georgia, I haven't taken a day off from work. I've worked for 21 days straight. Yesterday was my first day off. And I'm still bringing y'all this message. It ain't a lazy bone in my body, Israel. Out of love, I do this for you guys, man. I don't even know where I find the time sometimes. You know, my intentions are pure. I do this out of love for you guys, man. I try to crack this code every week so we can find ourselves. So Israel can find itself. Not no imposters, man. We know those imposters, our little low-life cousins, right? And everybody rolling with them. Everybody who don't see this switcheroo. Or maybe they know it. Maybe they know about this switcheroo. And they like their position. Either way you cut it, now we know it. Now we know we're Israel. And guys, the more that I research this subject is the more confident that I want to dig in even more, guys. I like to dig in when I feel confident that I know I'm right. I like to dig in. All right. I see this tribe, man. I see this tribe for exactly what it is. And I wonder, anybody yelling Judah, if they know. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't know if they're ignorant or if they're not ignorant. You know, and we may find people in our family, guys, that like their position. They like being Judah because the benefits of Judah, right? Judah got the scepter. Okay, so it's all new, guys. We're finding ourselves, man. There's only one blessing, yo. We're here to prove that today. There can only be one. How do we know that? I'm going to show y'all. We're going to go on a journey and show y'all there can only be one. All right, so by the time we get to Genesis 49, there ain't no divvying up between no 12 brothers when we don't even see a pattern of that between two brothers. All right? We don't see a pattern of anything divvied up. Esau crying. Esau said, I missed the blessing, Dad. We're going to go through all of that. Esau is crying. All right? Because it's gone. So that showed us, guys, there can only be one. And before we got to Genesis 49, this is why they don't like to read this book linearly. You know why? If we read this book linearly, right? When we get to Genesis 48 and we see what happens in 48, we would have no question in 49 that it's going to Joseph. All right? So let's go on this little journey real quick, guys, where we show and prove There can only be one. Who remember that movie from the 80s? Who remember it? The Highlander. There can only be one. Fair use, YouTube. Let's go on this little journey real quick, y'all. I got y'all. I'm going to prove this to you guys. Check this out. I like this article, guys. Passing on the blessing. Every person longs for the blessing of his or her parents. It is an incredibly powerful life-forming act that touches deep reservoirs inside of us. In fact, if we don't receive this from our parents, we will still search elsewhere for it, trying to fill up the hole left vacant at home. It's that important. But what is this blessing and how is it conveyed? All right, so they're talking about some blessings being handed down, right? So they're going to start right here with Abraham and Sarah, right? When Abraham and Sarah, right here, guys, had their miracle baby, Isaac, Abraham passed on the blessing to him, right? Now, we never had no doubt that it was passed on to Isaac. Isaac had no choice but for it to be passed down to Isaac. Abraham, sorry, had no choice but for it to be passed down to Isaac because the blessing came through Sarah. So we never had to worry about it being mixed up with Ishmael. Ishmael's mother was Hagar. It was never going to go to him. There was no uncertainty. It was one child and it went to him. All right, now let's keep going. Isaac in turn had two sons, Esau and Jacob. Ordinarily, the eldest son received the special birthright blessing of the family, which meant the future management and special oversight of the family was passed to him. But in this particular situation, God had other plans. He willed that the youngest son, Jacob, receive the blessing of this family. All right, guys, you see what happened. I told y'all Esau going to be crying, okay? Esau is devastated. This didn't sit well with Isaac, it says, who wanted his favorite and oldest son, Esau, to receive the family blessing. The men always want the oldest to receive it because it's that link to Adam, having been the eldest. Mama is not linked to Adam. Mama is linked to the second born, which is the daughter, okay? So you can't get it unless it comes through the daughter. So that's why it keeps going to the second born, because it's dealing with mama's blessing. All right, watch this. All right, it says it didn't sit well with Isaac. He wanted his favorite. It says right here, he quietly orchestrated a defiant little ceremony to secretly pass on the blessing to Esau. But Isaac's wife got wind of the plot and pulled a fast one, all right, on her all but blind 137-year-old husband. She urged Jacob to dress in Esau's clothing. Remember this story, y'all, right? All right, so it says that messed up the family blessing, all right? So you're going to see, if you guys got time, go through this article right here. It's going to show you time after time where there was a blessing to be passed on, right? But I want to get into the Torah verses of this, all right? Let's go to Genesis 24 ourselves. All right. It says down here. Right. This is where Abraham is determined to make sure that his servant find Isaac a wife, but not from amongst the other nations, okay? Because Abraham is worried that he's not going to have an heir. But the Creator, let me go back up because I think it's in the top. No, it might be towards the bottom. Sorry, guys. It's such a long one. This story right here captured a lot. You understand what I'm saying? So it's a really long one, guys. But definitely worth the read, right? It's all our history. This is where Isaac meets Rebecca. Sorry, I got the wrong article. Well, let's go back into this one because it's definitely like, let me see, what's this one? Ah, here we go. It's in here. It came to pass that when Isaac was old and his eyes were dim, so that he could not see, he called Esau his eldest son. I want to get down to where Esau's crying, because I really want to hit home to you guys that there can only be one. All right, because if that wasn't the case, we would not see Esau crying like this. Oh, right, right here. All right, let's go down to let's go to where he gives this blessing to Jacob. All right, number 24. All right, Jacob's got the hairy arms, he says. And he said, art thou my son Esau? And he said, I am. And he said, bring it near to me. I will eat of my son's venison, that my soul may bless thee. And he brought it near to him, and he did eat. He brought him wine, and he drank. And his father Isaac said to him, come near now and kiss me, my son. And he came near and kissed him. And he smelt the smell of his raiment and blessed him and said, see, the smell of my son is as the smell of a field where the Lord hath blessed. Therefore, God give thee the dew of heaven. What did I tell you guys? The dew of heaven, guys. Those are the waters of the reservoirs. The fatness of the earth. This is the oil, guys. And plenty of corn and wine. All right, guys. This is given to Jacob. Look, let's keep going. Let people serve thee, and nations bow down to thee. Be Lord over thy brethren. Okay, so you're going to also be Lord over your brethren when you get this blessing. And let thy mother's sons bow down to thee. Cursed be everyone that cursed thee. Blessed be he that blesseth thee. And it came to pass, as soon as Isaac had made an end of the blessing of Jacob, and Jacob was yet scarce gone from the presence of Isaac his father, that Esau his brother came in from his hunting. And he also made a savory meat, and brought it unto his father. We're right here. Let my father arise and eat of his son's venison, that thy soul may bless me. And Isaac his father said unto him, who art thou? And he said, I am thy son, thy firstborn, Esau. And Isaac trembled very exceedingly, and said, who? Where is he that hath taken the venison and brought it to me? And I've eaten all before thou camest, and have blessed him. Yea, he shall be blessed. He's going to be blessed. Whoever just came in here and fed me is the one that's going to get that blessing, because there can only be one. All right, watch. And when we're right here in 34, and when Esau heard the words of his father, he cried with great exceeding bitterness. Yeah, he cried. And said unto his father, bless even me also, O my father. And he said, thy brother came and have taken away the blessing. So when could we ever see this blessing split between brothers? This blessing is for one brother. The other brothers have to worship him. They have to honor that brother. This is the pattern we're seeing set before we even get down to Joseph. All right, guys? We seeing this pattern set through Jacob already. All right? There's only one. There is only one. This is why Esau is bitterly crying. And he said, thy brother came with subtly and taken the blessing. And he said, it's not he rightly named Jacob, for he hath supplanted me these 2 times. He take away my birthright, and behold, now he's taken away my blessing. And it says, have you not reserved a blessing for me? Right here. Oh gosh, let me plus something else. Sorry. It says, have you not reserved a blessing for me too? Right here, reserved. And Isaac answered and said unto Esau, behold, I made him thy Lord. He's your Lord, and all his brethren All of his brethren have I given to him for a servant, and with corn and wine have I sustained him. It's all going to one person. And what shall I do now unto thee, my son? And Esau said unto his father, Hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me even also, my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and the dew of the heaven from above. And by thy sword thou shalt live, and shalt serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. And Esau hated Jacob, because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father at hand, then I will slay my brother Jacob. This is how bad they want this blessing. All right, guys? You think it's a game. He don't want to have to serve his brother. They know that that's what comes with this blessing. Why do you think they had to enslave you? To vanquish you. For this to never be a possibility. Now let's go on. All right, we're going to go up here. So now we've already we've seen that blessing go to Isaac. We've seen it go from Isaac to Jacob. Ain't nothing was there for Esau. Esau crying. Okay, so now we see Jacob now talking to his son Joseph in Genesis 48. Before we get to 49, where it's told to where it's told to Judah, the scepter will not depart, right? That's not told to Judah until Genesis 49. Before Genesis 49 happens, guys, this happens. All right, it's important that we read in context, guys. This happens before we get to 49. So if we were ever in any doubt that Joseph is the son, all we had to do was to go to 48. Because it's Joseph's sons that are passed on a blessing. All right? So there is no blessing for Judah later on. It's already given to Joseph's son. All right, guys? Watch. Let's watch this. And it came to pass, this is Genesis 48, guys. After these things, that one told Joseph, Behold, thy father is sick. And he took with him his two sons, Manasseh and Ephraim. And one told Jacob and said, Behold, thy son Joseph come unto thee. And Israel strengthened himself and sat upon the bed. And Jacob said unto Joseph, God Almighty appeared unto me at Luz in the land of Canaan and blessed me. It's your mama. And said unto me, Behold, I will make thee fruitful and multiply thee. I will make thee a multitude of people, and will give this land to thy seed after thee for an everlasting possession. Do you understand that when you are Israel, not Judah, okay? When you are Israel, you have an everlasting possession. This is what you're chasing. Not scepters, not crowns, but this everlasting possession. And now thy two sons, Ephraim and Manasseh, which were born unto thee in the land of Egypt, before I came unto thee in Egypt, are mine. As Reuben and Simeon, they shall be mine. They will take the place of the firstborns. Do you get this? How are there 10 tribes? Reuben and Simeon don't have an inheritance, especially Reuben, who went up to his father's bed. Or was it Simeon? Whichever one was the first. Reuben went up to his father's bed. They don't have no inheritance. These two take the place. Do y'all get that? And thy issue, which thou begettest after them, shall be thine, and shall be called after the name of their brethren in their inheritance. Do you get this? It's going to Ephraim and Manasseh, right? This is what they're saying. But you got to understand, Manasseh is supposed to be under Ephraim. Manasseh winds up in the southern kingdom later on. We get southern kings named after Manasseh. So we continue to see this bitter brother love here that Joseph don't want. You're going to see it in this instance when Jacob blesses the sons. He crisscrosses his hands, but blesses Ephraim with the blessing. The younger son once again supplants the older brother. Joseph doesn't like this because he knows this is what got him in trouble with his brothers. He doesn't want to see this for his sons. But eventually it happens. It happens. Because we see Manasseh in the southern kingdom later on too, guys. All right? We see Manasseh split, actually. Some of Manasseh is loyal to Ephraim, and some splits and goes to the southern kingdom. They always down in the dirty south, right? All the nasty tribes are down there. You got Judah, Benjamin, Reuben, Simeon, Levi, Manasseh. I told you I found reference to Naphtali too, guys. Understand me, this is just the precedence that it sets, guys. But it can, remember, it can only be one. So let's keep reading. It says, as for me, when I came from Paddan, right here, Rachel died by me in the land of Canaan, in the way, when yet there was but a little way to come from Ephrath. And I buried her in the way of Ephrath. The same is Bethlehem. So Ephrath and Bethlehem is the same. That's why they're so obsessed with Bethlehem. Because I keep telling you, it's only one matriarch. It's Rachel. You're not going to see a reference to Leah nowhere. Leah is a reference to the water ox, which I keep wondering if these cowboys are Leah's sons. Cowboys and Indians. All right, guys, but we ain't going to get with that right now. That's got to come later. It says here, number 8, and Israel beheld Joseph's sons. This is how we know the blessing is Joseph, because it's going to get passed down before even Joseph, before Jacob even dies. He want to make sure it goes to Joseph's sons. All right? Watch. Israel beheld Joseph's sons and said, who are these? And Joseph said unto his father, they are my sons, whom God hath given me in this place. And he said, bring them, I pray thee, unto me, and I will bless them. Now the eyes of Israel were dim for age, so that he could not see. And he brought them near unto him, and he kissed them and embraced them. And Israel said to Joseph, I had not brought these, I had not thought to see thy face, and lo, God hath showed me also thy seed. See, he never thought he was going to see Joseph again, thanks to Joseph's brothers. And Joseph brought them out from between his knees, and he bowed himself with his face to the earth. And Joseph took them both, Ephraim in his right hand towards Israel's left hand, and Manasseh. See, so Joseph is trying to set him up in the manner in which he thinks they're supposed to stand in front of his sons, in front of his father. The eldest over here to the right hand, and the youngest over there to the left hand. All right. And it says, and Joseph took them, all right, and brought them near unto him, right? And Israel stretched out his right hand and laid it onto Ephraim's head, who was the younger, and his left hand onto Manasseh's head. All right, gathering his hands wittingly, for Manasseh was the firstborn, right? All right. And he blessed Joseph and said, God before whom my fathers Abraham and Isaac did walk, and the God which fed me all my life long unto this day, the angel which redeemed me from all evil, bless the lads, and let my name be named on them. So Israel is named on them. Okay, do you get that? It's not named on the brothers. It is named on Joseph's sons. And the name of my fathers Abraham and Isaac, and let them grow into a multitude in the midst of the earth. And when Joseph saw that his father had laid his right hand upon the head of Ephraim, it displeased him. What did I say, y'all? And he held up his father's hand to remove it from Ephraim's head onto Manasseh's head. Yeah, he didn't want this thing to continue. He's like, please just give it to the oldest dad, please. And Joseph said unto his father, not so, my father, for this is the firstborn. Put thy right hand upon his head. And his father refused and said, I know it, my son. I know it. He also shall become a people, and he also shall be great. But truly his younger brother shall be greater than he, and his seed shall become a multitude of nations. And he blessed them that day, saying, in thee shall Israel bless. Sorry, right here. And he blessed them that day, saying, in thee shall Israel bless, saying, God make thee as Ephraim and Manasseh. He set Ephraim before Manasseh. But they were both blessed. If Manasseh had played his position, it looked like they were going to both be blessed here. But the brothers don't ever want to play the position of being in subjection to the younger brother, guys. It just doesn't happen. And Israel said unto Joseph, behold, before I die, all right, but God shall be with you and bring you again unto the land of your fathers. Moreover, I have given to thee one portion above thy brethren, which I took out of the hand of the Amorite with my sword and with my bow. Joseph is above his brethren. Do you see that? He is above them. It's passed down to his sons, guys. One has always got to be greater than the other. That's just the recipe, guys. That's the way it goes. That's just the way it goes. And this is Genesis 48, guys, before we even get to this. But everybody just harps on this. This blessing to the 12 sons. I don't even see where it says that he was handing down a blessing to them. It says he was going to tell them about their future. This is not where he blesses them. It says, and Jacob called unto his sons and said, gather yourselves together, that I may tell you that which shall befall you in the last days. Where did he bless them? He didn't bless them. This is where he gathers them together and tells them. And somehow we have confused where Judah is told that Judah will hold the scepter. And we don't pay attention that in the chapter before, Joseph is the fruitful bough. Joseph's sons are blessed. We could be certain that it's Joseph. And it ain't these folks right here. It ain't Judah, guys. I'm going to keep harping on this. We lost another man, and I don't give a damn. We lost another one behind us. It was either JC, David, Solomon. I don't know which one it was, which one they're in love with, which one they want to be at the sausage party with. I don't know, and I don't care. I'm glad they're gone. Because if they don't recognize who Israel is, I don't know what to tell you. I'm doing the best I can over here to make it very clear to you guys that this book is read in an order. And in the order that it should be read into, if you go back one chapter, right here, 48, it ain't no mystery. That is Joseph. It ain't no mystery because it's going to go to Joseph's sons. So how could it ever go to these fools over here? It never did. There can only be one. Look, this ain't no blessing. Israel ain't blessed them. He told them what their future was going to be. in the last days, guys. I hope I helped y'all to make sense that it is in fact Joseph that this blessing goes to, and that we should be watching Ephraim. Much love to you guys. We're going to keep on studying this. I'll see you guys next week. Thanks for tuning in. Take care.